do you show her you love her? How does she know?
Welcome to Happily Ever After Marriage Counseling. I'm Tina, your counselor. Nice to see you again, Prince. Nice to meet you this way.
What do you mean, nice to see you again? Have you been bringing those bimbos here?
Wives, Snow. Other wives. And yeah, this counseling stuff is costing me a fortune. It's not easy keeping all of you happy.
You don't have to keep all of us happy. If you didn't waste so much time spreading your charm all over the place, you wouldn't have to keep track of 3 wives.
It's my job. I work my butt off, day in and day out, traipsing the countryside, rescuing princesses from bad guys, nasty witches, and evil stepmothers. And for what? What is my reward? I don't even have a name, damn it!
Well, Prince, we all know how important a name is, but let's not forget why we're here today. Let's let Snow express some of her concerns, and then we'll get back to your name issues later. Again. Is that all right with you?
Fine. Brush me aside. Again. Make the guy with no name go last. It's okay. I'm used to it.
Oh my God. He's like this at home too. All day long with the name. I need a name. Why don't I have a name? I'm such a famous hero, and I don't have a name. I've got a name for you. How about Prince Polygamous?
That's polygamous. No, I'm not really feeling it. Let's put a pin in that and save it for later.
I know something we can put a pin in, you cheating, lousy.
I'm sensing some anger with the multiple wives. Let's put our pins somewhere else and remember that we're here for healing. Now, Snow, tell Prince how you feel about the other wives.
Well, I slave away all day in a freaking cottage in the middle of the woods. And I'm babysitting these dirty, ugly dwarves while he just prances around collecting wives.
If it wasn't for every airhead princess, whenever they eat an apple, break their finger, or lose a shoe, that I have to come to the rescue.
Right, but do you have to marry all of them?
Hello? Happily ever after? Remember? It's my job. I have to marry them after I save them.
So, Snow, do you feel abandoned? Probably neglected after all the time he divides between his wives?
Among other things.
Okay. Well, let's focus on one issue right now, and then we'll get back to the others. Prince, do you feel obligated to marry every damsel in distress that you rescue as part of your job responsibilities?
It's not just a job. It's a code of honor. It's the code of chivalry. I'm bound to rescue damsels in distress, and I can't just leave them alone and without a husband.
All right, let's go over some of your responses, shall we? Prince, do you think that maybe the code of chivalry could be updated? Does every happily ever after to have a husband?
Well, yeah.
All right, we'll talk about your chauvinism another day.
You know what? I an idea. How about all these extra wives you have you give to one of your single friends? Or perhaps one of the dwarves? Yeah, let's marry on those lazy bastards and get them out of my house.
But honey, they love you.
Oh, sure. Grumpy hogs the remote. And Sleepy isn't so much a narcoleptic as he's just a sloppy drunk. And John can't stop staring at my ass.
Can you blame him? It's a great ass.
No, we're here to analyze, not criticize.
That's easy for you to say. You don't live with them. I mean, Sneezy is such a hypochondriac. And then Bashful just like lurks in the corner like a stalker. And I don't even know the rest of their names, just that they spend way too much time together in the work shed. I can't live with them anymore.
Well, there's your solution to that problem. See what we can do when we work together. Now, Prince, do you promise to not marry every damsel in distress that you rescue from now on? To do whatever you can to match them with the dwarf?
I promise. But what happens when I run out of dwarves?
You could always have one of your famous balls. You know, invite your single friends and match them with the previously rescued maidens.
Fine. That works. At least it'll save me from getting another nagging wife for the collection anyway.
And what about the other two wives? What are we going to do about that?
Baby steps. No, baby steps. Let's call this issue resolved for now, and we'll come back to it in our next session.
Yes, please. Let's put a pin in the wife issues and take the pin out of my name and talk about that.
All right, let's talk about your name.
Not having a name, it makes me feel anonymous. And I've only ever wanted to have an identity. You don't understand how humiliating it is.
So, tell me about your relationship with your parents.
Okay, why do you need to know about his parents? They're rich, and they're entitled, and they live in a castle. What more do you need to know?
Well, it's important where we come from and our parents' role in the relationships we make in our identities and trying to figure them out. So, yeah, it's pretty important, no?
Well, you know, that reminds me. Why haven't we moved into the castle? Yeah, I'm going there. I mean, I live in that nasty cottage in the woods. There's no running water, no electricity, and then I spend half of my day washing dwarf laundry with my hands.
I'm a prince, not a king. I don't even own the castle. I've been a prince all these years, without a name. Besides, if I move you into the castle, I have to move all the other wives into the castle, and that I just don't see going well for me.
But, Prince, you have to understand why she feels unappreciated when you have her hidden away in a forest.
Unappreciated? I'm underpaid, overworked, and no one realizes my vital rescuing service that I provide. These lips are magic. A simple kiss can give life.
I think we're straying away from the central issue here. Let's get back to your parents.
I don't think my parents have magic lips. But they do both have names. In fact, I come from a long line of people with names. So I couldn't understand why they couldn't give me one.
Okay, it's sad and all, he doesn't have a name. But what does this have to do with our marriage? We are here for marriage counseling, after all.
Well, maybe his issue with not having a proper name is what causes him to feel the need to go rescue every maiden and marry them afterwards.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just searching for something. Something inside of me. That little, sad boy that only wants to be recognized. And to hear people say, "We're so glad you came here, Prince fill in the blank." "Thank you for saving me, Prince fill in the blank." "We're so glad you slayed that dragon, Prince fill in the blank." Maybe my saving damsels is what's filling in the blank.
Let's just give you a name. That'll solve all your problems.
Okay, what have you got?
Chuck?
Prince Chuck? Nah, that kind of makes me sound like ground beef.
Billy?
Prince Billy? What self-respecting dragon would be afraid of Prince Billy?
Mike.
No.
Randy?
No.
Tim.
Really? No. I need something manly. Something that has hero written all over it. Something that says I am charming.
Why don't we just call you Prince Charming then?
That's it! Prince Charming!
Isn't that what they already call you?
Just go with it.